Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's up, guys? Just here. Welcome back to my channel. We're back with another reaction to Game of Thrones on this Game of Thrones Thursday. This is the final season, Season 8, Episode 2, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And even though it's dark and gloomy outside today, pouring rain, I'm super happy to be watching this show. I don't know if it's just because it's a Thursday. I got those Game of Thrones vibes kicking, but here we are. When it comes to this final season, I feel like we're one for one so far. I really enjoyed that season premiere. That one scene alone between Arya finally meeting up with Jon. I feel like I've been wanting that. I've been asking for that for so long, for seasons now. We finally got it, and honestly, it warmed my heart. Emotions were flowing, so were the tears. It was such a beautiful scene. They could have ended the episode right then and there, and I would have been perfectly happy, perfectly content with the episode, with the premiere, but no, on top of that, at the end of the episode, we also saw Jamie Lannister come to Winterfell and actually cross paths with Bran, and it honestly comes full circle. Everything comes back around in the show, going back to the very first season when he pushed him out of the tower and basically crippled the kid for life. I honestly thought that he'd be walking by the second season. Now here we are. He's not even Bran anymore, which is freaking crazy. This show is nuts. I can't wait to see what actually comes of that, because the episode basically ended right then and there, and that's pretty much what I'm most excited to see next. And yeah, as you guys can tell, I'm freaking loving this show, this series still. If you guys are still rock with me, I know a lot of people may have bailed because they feel like, I don't know, the final season may not be living up to their expectations, or they were just not fans of it. If you guys are still rock with me and the series, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, guys, I appreciate it. But if you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go.
When I was a child, my brother would tell me a bedtime story.
Jamie in front of Khaleesi.
About the man who murdered our father.
This is nuts already. 10 seconds in.
As well, about all the things we would do to that man once we took back the Seven Kingdoms and had him in our grasp.
Tyrion's there though too. We gotta remember that.
Your sister pledged to send her army north. I don't see an army. I see one man with one hand.
You gotta hand it to him though.
To lie to me.
He made it this far.
I promised to fight for the living. I intend to keep that promise.
Your Grace, I know my
She's
brother.
really looking at him there. I like that. Like taking that in, seeing if he's lying.
He came here alone, knowing full well how he'd be received. Why would he do that if he weren't telling the truth?
Everything I did for my house and my family. I'd do it all again.
The things we do for love.
Yo! There's the line.
You don't know me well, Your Grace,
She's standing up for him.
but I know Sir Jamie. He is a man of honor. Without him, my lady, you would not be alive. He armored me, and sent me to find you and bring you home, because he'd sworn an oath to your mother. You would fight beside him. I would. I trust you with my life. If you trust him with yours, we should let him stay.
That glaring look from Khaleesi though.
What does the Warden of the North say about it?
We need every man we can get.
He better not do something stupid. Like, Jamie's won me over now.
Very well.
If he does eventually turn and take a shot at her or something, I'll snap. We definitely need a scene with Tyrion and just Jamie, those two. And Bran.
I'm sorry for what I did to you.
You weren't sorry then.
I'm not that person anymore.
I think he knows he is sorry now.
You hadn't pushed me out of that window, and I would still be Brandon Stark.
You're not angry at me.
I'm not angry at anyone.
Why didn't you tell them?
I don't think he
You
holds
won't be able to help us in this fight if I let them murder you first.
those old feelings anymore.
What about afterwards?
How do you know there is an afterwards?
He might not make it. Or he's basically telling him he's not gonna make it. If I'm reading that right.
So, we're going to die at Winterfell.
Great combo.
Not the death I would have chosen. I always pictured myself dying in my own bed, at the age of 80, with a belly full of wine and a girl's mouth around my cock.
Cock.
At least Cersei won't get to murder me.
I love how they're bringing back so much of the old.
Denying her that pleasure.
Everything comes back around.
Taught by dead men. Maybe after I'm dead, I'll march down to King's Landing and rip her apart.
And he's gone.
He's come a long way.
He's all right. Still has a lot to learn.
I'm not the fighter I used to be. But I'd be honored to serve under your command, if you'll have me.
Wasn't expecting that.
I better get back.
We have other things in common, and yet I can't help but feel we're at odds with one another.
I feel that too.
Your brother.
He loves you, you know that.
That bothers you?
Men do stupid things for women. They're easily manipulated.
Do you know why she is now? I brought that up many times before, but
All my life, I've known one goal.
I keep on seeing
The
it.
Iron Throne. Taking it back from the people who destroyed my family and almost destroyed yours. My war was against them. Until I met Jon.
Those eyes. She never blinks.
Now I'm here, fighting Jon's war alongside him. Tell me, who manipulated whom?
I should have thanked you. The moment you arrived. We defeat the dead. We destroy Cersei. What happens then?
The show
I
ends.
take the Iron Throne.
What about the North?
Why not? Maybe save this conversation for after the Great War.
Lady. Your Grace.
What is it?
Things were going so well there. Dion?
Your sister?
She only has a few ships and she couldn't sail them here. So she's sailing to the Iron Islands instead to take them back in your name.
But why aren't you with her?
I want to fight for Winterfell, Lady Sansa.
Ooh, there it is.
If you'll help me.
He's starting to redeem himself. He still needs to die. I'm staying by that, but at least he could die fighting for us. Yo, Night's Watch reunion over here.
My little crow. I thought we lost you.
I thought he died.
Almost. Whoever's not here now is with them. How long do we have? Before the sun comes up tomorrow. The big woman's still here?
Yes, she is. Get your girl.
The Night King made them all. They follow his command. If he falls, getting to him may be our best chance.
That's true.
He set some traps.
Yes,
Separate
he will.
him from the rest.
He'll come for me.
What does he want?
An endless night.
How will he find you?
His mark is on me. He always knows where I am.
We're not leaving you alone out there.
He won't be. I'll stay with him. With the Ironborn.
I took this castle from you. Let me defend you now.
Wow. I've heard shit talk about the writing. I'm loving the writing right now for this
Hold
season.
off the rest of them for as long as we can.
I'm a simple man, though.
When the time comes, Sir Davos and I will be on the walls to give you the signal to light the trench.
Dragonfire will stop him.
I don't know. No one's ever tried.
Thought you knew everything, Bran. Or the man formerly
We're all
known as
going to
Bran.
die. But at least we died together.
Let's get some rest.
Not the best pep talk. It's like, we're probably gonna die, but hey, at least you'll be dying next to me. We're gonna see a battle this episode? I know it's a short season, but this is quick. Yes!
We totally.
There's Ghost. I've been asking about him. The boys are back.
Now our watch begins. My lady.
Oh, we didn't mean to interrupt. We were just looking for somewhere warm to.
Contemplate your imminent death. You've come to the right place.
Thank you, my lord.
I don't think that's wise. The battle might start at any moment.
Maybe one.
Half cup.
There you go. She is like his mother.
And you?
No, thank you. I should try and get some sleep.
Topped him off.
Join us. It could be our last night in this world, you know?
Yes, well, I'm glad you're here. Here, fighting with us. Glad you survived Eastwatch.
There you
Would
go.
you like a drink?
Brought my own. They call you King Killer.
I'm sure someone does.
They call me Giant's Bane. I killed a giant when I was 10. Then I climbed right into bed with his wife. Suckled me at her teat. For 3 months. Thought I was a baby. That's how I got so strong.
Everybody's in awe right now. Myself included. Oh, what the fuck? Brienne, there's your man. This is another scene I needed to see. Yo, this episode is giving me them all.
You never used to shut up, now you're just sitting there like a mute.
She's changed.
When was the last time you fought for anyone but yourself?
He's changed too.
For you, didn't I? Oh, for fuck's sake. As well we had a bloody wedding. Where are you going?
I'm not spending my final hours with you two miserable old shits.
There you go. She doesn't need to say much. When she does speak, she drops bars.
What did the Red Woman want with you?
He never told her.
I'm Robert Baratheon's bastard. I didn't know until she told me. She tied me up, stripped me down, put leeches all over me.
Is that your first time?
Yeah, I've never had leeches put all over me.
Your first time with a woman?
What?
We're probably going to die soon.
Yo!
I want to know what it's like before that happens.
This is happening?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't know how I feel about this, though. I almost look at her like a kid sister at this point. Ghost, can you believe this? No, you can't either?
I think we might live.
And they're laughing about that.
Sir Jamie Lannister, fabled hero of the Siege of Pike.
Fabled loser of the Battle of Whispering Wood.
Hear, hear. Sir Brienne of Tarth defeated the Hound. Pardon me, Lady Brienne.
She's not a sir.
Women can't be knights.
She
Why
should
not?
be.
Tradition.
Fuck tradition.
Make her a knight right
I don't
now.
want to be a knight.
I'm no king, but if I were, I'd knight you 10 times over.
Yo, he keeps shooting a shot.
You don't need a king.
Bricks, though.
Any knight can make another knight.
There's no better time to do it.
Do you want to be a knight or not?
If anybody's earned it or deserves it, it's her. Such an honorable woman. Throughout this entire series, she's never changed. Her honor, her loyalty.
In the name of the warrior, a knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yo, that's beautiful. I fucking love it.
Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
What a legend. If I hadn't already come back around or turned around on Jamie, this moment would have done it.
How about a song? One of you must know one.
High in the halls of the kings who are gone, Jenny would dance with her go-on.
Like, it's just hitting me now. This is real. It's coming to an end. Is it time for the talk? This is gonna be awkward if it is. Or is he gonna save it?
Who's that?
Lyanna Stark.
My brother Rhaegar. Everyone told me he was decent and kind.
He actually
He liked to
was.
sing.
He loved her.
It's coming out now, the truth though, from him.
How she bled to death on her birthing bed was give the boy to her brother. Ned Stark. A real Ned. It's Aegon Targaryen.
It's impossible.
I wish it were.
You'd think it was.
Who told you this?
Bran.
It would make you the last male heir of House Targaryen.
How does she feel about that?
You'd have a claim to the Iron Throne.
Are they gonna make us wait for the next episode? I feel like they are. Winter is here. All right. I actually really enjoyed that episode. I gotta say, I'm just pulling up my screen here. All right, let me slide on over. All right, guys, that was Game of Thrones, the final season, season 8, episode 2, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. And like I was just saying, I really enjoyed this episode. I think we're 2 for 2, guys. I know a lot of people may have bailed by now. They think the final season is crap. I don't know if it was the final season or the way it actually ends that really pisses people off so much and why people hate it so badly, but we're 2 episodes in and I gotta say I'm enjoying it. Is it wrong? Like, are you guys gonna hate me for liking this? Like, does this not make me a Game of Thrones fan or something? Because I feel like some of you guys are gonna be upset by the fact that I'm actually enjoying this. And I really hope that you're not, because at the end of the day, that's really what this is all about, for entertainment and enjoyment. I don't know, I'm not like a hardcore reviewer like that or a critiquer. I'm just here watching this show for the first time. You guys are seeing it. My reactions play out. Like, these are genuine. Like, this is my actual reaction to the show, my first time taking it all in and just watching it. So yeah, I don't know if people are gonna feel, or how people are gonna feel when it comes down to it, but like I was saying, I enjoy it. If you guys are not enjoying it, I really wish you were, because the way I'm feeling right now, like the hypeness, the chills I'm still getting from these episodes, I don't know if everybody feels the same or if everybody's getting that from these episodes, but I really am. And I gotta say, with this episode too, it wasn't like some action-packed blockbuster episode, much like the first episode, the premiere. And it's kind of crazy, which is a very stark contrast or difference to the last season, which I feel like it was just balls to the wall crazy all throughout the entire season. There might have been one episode in season 7 which wasn't jam-packed with action. So I don't know, it's just a different vibe, but I'm still really enjoying this season so far. We're 2 for 2 as far as I'm concerned. But this episode especially, it was a super setup, but this might have been I'm gonna say something crazy here. You guys want a hot take? This might have been one of the best setup episodes of all time, because it gave me every single scene that I wanted, every single interaction between characters that were there in Winterfell. I wanted to see those discussions and conversations go down, take place, and this episode pretty much delivered on all of them. Especially with Arya, she got a lot of scenes or a lot of interactions, aside from one that I do want to talk about. I might as well just talk about now, but seeing her with the Hound as well, that was super cool. I needed to see that, and then also the other stuff with, like, not just Arya's reunions, but Tyrion and Jamie, and then Jamie and Brienne, and the knighting. I gotta talk about that also. That might have been the best scene of the entire episode. But before I go any further, I do want to bring up Arya and Gendry. I'm not upset by the fact that those two eventually got together. I feel like it was kind of like fate. Those two, they've been through so much, and I don't know if there was always a love interest there, or they always looked at each other with love. Like, even now, she basically told him, like, this is happening. He didn't really have a choice. It wasn't rape, obviously. Like, she's a good-looking girl, but I was saying while the scene was actually taking place, I've always looked at Arya, because we've seen her grow up in the show. She's like a kid's sister, or almost like a daughter at this point. So it was kind of weird, and I don't even know how old she's supposed to be in the show. I know, like, years have passed. Not only, I feel like there's been some time jumps as well, like not just how long it's actually taken for this entire series to play out, like them filming the show as actors, but for the characters as well. I feel like they're even older than how much time has actually passed throughout the entire time it's taken place for the series to be filmed. But I don't know. Maybe you guys know, or maybe it's said in the books, or I guess that never happens in the books because we're past the books at this point. But I don't even know how old she's supposed to be. So that's why it was kind of weird. It was a weird scene for me to actually take in. They didn't really linger on it for too long, but they definitely showed some stuff, which I was surprised by when it comes to that. Like I was saying, I don't know. I don't look at Arya like that. Like, she is a beautiful girl. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I love her as, like, a character and as a fighter and how badass she is. I don't, like, love her the same way I look at, like, Khaleesi, too. Like, Khaleesi, I don't know. She's always been gorgeous and always been beautiful in the show. And she might have been underage, too, when the show started also, when she was, like, sold off when she got with Khal Drogo. But I don't know, it's just a lot different. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying when it comes to that. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I'm happy for her. It seemed kind of random. I get that also, like, from her perspective, she could potentially be dying. She has never even seen the Walker. She's never even seen the Night King. So I understand she wants to experience that before she potentially dies. Like, that could potentially be her last night on Earth for a lot of them. And I feel like it was. For a lot of those characters that we saw bond this episode, we got a lot of cool scenes with. I don't know, aside from this being the final season, I don't know how many more scenes we're going to get with those characters after this battle. It seems like next episode is going to be one of the big battles. Obviously, it's not going to be the Great War, because there's still three episodes left after this, unless there's going to be some aftermath episodes, which I wouldn't expect. I kind of expect the Great War to take place and wrap up in the finale. Am I crazy here? Like, or are they going to do it in the penultimate episode like they've always done throughout the entire course of this series? But I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, I don't expect this next war to go down or next battle to be the final one that we see go down in the show. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. The way they're setting it up, it definitely kind of feels like it is a final battle, but that just might be because it is the final season also. But back to what I was saying, just with all these scenes and these characters bonding, they gave us a lot of great scenes this episode. Like, with Tyrion and Jamie, they got multiple scenes, and then I'm glad it was finally revealed. Jon didn't take too long to actually tell Khaleesi the truth, and yeah, she was kind of doubting it at first, but I'm guessing she's gonna now fully take it in and understand that that is the truth. Like, I'm kind of still doubting it because this show, like, they have a lot of twists and turns, right? And that's the other thing that I did bring up while he was explaining to her also. One of the reasons why I think I didn't fully understand it as it was revealed in front of me is because there's the conflicting stories that we were told all throughout. And then season 7, they clearly made it clear. They showed us everything. If you still had any doubts, they pretty much showed us it all right there take place. Unless they were lying to us with those scenes. But I feel like we now know the actual overall truth, the great mystery of the entire show. But for the longest time, I wasn't even thinking about that, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I didn't know if we were ever going to actually come back to that. I don't know why I was kind of doubting that, because with this show, I've said it before, like, everything comes back around. You guys are probably getting sick of me saying that with the show, like, full circle. This season especially, like, this episode too, they were saying lines that were said before with what Bran said to Jamie too. Man, that's another scene I almost forgot about. I got to get to these scenes because I'm just kind of talking about the overall arcs of the season and just kind of what the show does well, and I'm not actually talking about what went down in this particular episode, so I kind of want to get back to that. But yeah, one thing I also want to bring up too, there might be an awkward jump, at least for my Patreon or my patrons, as I received a package in the middle of the episode. There was a knock on my door. I was like, fuck, am I super like complaining? Am I being too loud or something about one of my neighbors? But no, thank God it wasn't that, because I would have bitched. This is the final season of Game of Thrones. I'm going to react as loud as I want, but fuck my neighbors. But no, in all seriousness, I was interrupted there, so there might be a bit of a jump. Hopefully it all plays out well when you guys are actually watching it back. But you guys might not even notice, so who knows? We'll see how it all plays out in the final edit. But I did want to bring that up. But now that that's out of the way, I want to talk about some particular scenes from the episode. The next one I do want to jump to, man, there was a few scenes from this episode that actually brought tears to my eyes, which is crazy. I don't know what it is. Is it the show, or is it me in my old age? Am I like in my emotional bag right now? Because even thinking about them right now, they're coming back. You see this, folks? What the hell is going on? I think I'm just an old man now, and taking this all in, seeing this show play out, seeing the bonds between these characters, man, it hits me right in the feels. But the scene that I do want to talk about is the knighting of Sir Brienne now, I guess. I don't even know the rightful titles, but from that scene, I think that's her rightful title of what you actually call her now. And honestly, it brought tears in my eyes because, yeah, they were just drinking last night on Earth. They're just having some fun, singing a little bit before, I guess, they potentially die. And then they're talking about knights. And it was actually Mr. Redbeard. Man, he was shooting a shot all episode. I don't blame him, because he's been asked about her. Now that she's actually there, they're on the verge of dying. Man, keep on shooting. I don't care. Kobe it all night long. On top of that, when he's like, you're not a knight, and I wasn't even aware of this. I guess they probably said it before, but she's like, well, women can't become knights. And he's like, well, that shouldn't be the case. If I was the king, I would knight you all night long. That was freaking hilarious. And then there were so many good moments this episode. And then right after that, Jamie's like, well, as a knight, I can knight you right here, right now. So we saw it all play out. She had an audience. She had witnesses. Man, that was such a great scene. You see Pod looking on also. Man, just the relationship that she has with Pod too, like allowing him to drink, and then Tyrion like filling up his cup all the way to the rim, and she was saying like half a glass. That was like a mother moment there. I swear to God, these characters, I freaking love them all. This show is so good. I don't know how. I'm gonna call out some people right now. I don't know how people are not liking this. Like, you guys let me know as of right now, up to what I've seen, what are you guys not liking about this? For those that don't like this, what exactly is it? Because here I am in my emotional bag. Like, these scenes are bringing tears to my eyes. I'm loving these bonds and these moments with these characters, potentially final moments with these characters, these moments that these characters are having with each other. And there's people that don't like this. I don't really get it. That's why I'm kind of glad that like I'm not watching this show and like live as it originally aired, and I'm on the forums like reading up things and speculating with other people, because I feel like other people can really influence you and your opinion on the show. And just for me taking it in here, I'm watching by myself. That's another thing I need to bring up, because in regards to me not catching on to some things, I'm by myself, guys. Like I watch a lot of reaction channels also, and I see discussions. Sometimes like even the big reaction channels, they miss things. Like it happens, but sometimes they have more people with them that if one person misses something, they have another person that can actually fill them in and then let them know what exactly they missed. For me here, I try to avoid all spoilers, so I don't even know what exactly I am missing until I'm a few episodes ahead of what exactly I did miss a few episodes back. But I don't have somebody here to actually kind of bounce ideas off of and theories also. I'm not going on forums. I'm just one man. I'm trying my best here. And like I said, I'm not like a hardcore reviewer, I'm not a hardcore critiquer. I'm just watching this strictly for entertainment. This show was always recommended to me. I never watched it during its original airing. I'm so glad that I'm able to watch it now and just take it all in, not have to wait like years for seasons. Like I understand like how lucky I am, because you guys had to suffer. I get that. You guys are the real warriors, the true legends out there that actually had to wait years, I guess, for the seasons to come back. I'm lucky. I could basically binge this right now if I wanted to. And I really wish I could binge this today, because I actually got to go back and edit the season 7 premiere for YouTube. Otherwise, I'd be jumping right in the next episode right here, right now. Like they set up a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff is coming, and I feel like the next episode, as soon as it starts, it's going to be balls to the wall crazy. Basically, what hasn't been there for the first 2 episodes, which I'm not complaining about. I freaking love this episode. You guys heard me say it right here in this recap. This might have been one of my biggest hot takes ever, that this is one of the best. I don't know if I want to say the best. I've already said it at this point. I can't go back. This is the best setup episode I may have ever seen. I can't say may. I'm sticking with it. Come at me, bro. I said it. So yeah, best setup episode. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't need the action all the time. Just seeing these characters interact, man. So freaking good. I love it. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff. I know I'm forgetting a lot of stuff that went down this episode, because there was so many interactions that did go down, so many great moments that we did get that, man, I can't bring them all up. It was that damn good. I freaking really enjoyed it. Arya, I can't believe we saw Arya like that. My kid sister is all grown up now. Gendry, you better be good to her. If you ever do her wrong, I'm coming for you, bro. But yeah. Back to one other thing I do want to talk about. Sam giving the sword, his family's sword, to Jorah also, and then Jorah talking to Khaleesi, and then Khaleesi having a great moment with Sansa. They kind of had beef at the end of that scene though, like we were going one way, and then everything went back there. I was like, fuck, things were going so well. Why'd we have to go that route? But yeah, the last thing I really wanted to bring up, aside from all these great moments, is next episode. I'm assuming we're going to see one of the Great Wars, if not the Great War. Unless the Great War is going to take place over like multiple episodes, which would be crazy in itself. That's a possibility too. It's the final season. Maybe that's why we didn't get a lot of action these first 2 episodes, because the next few are just going to be nuts. I don't freaking know. I'm avoiding all spoilers. I'm not going to look at any teasers, trailers, or anything up until this point. But yeah. The reason why I really bring that up is, and the reason why I feel like they gave us so many great moments between these characters, is some of these characters are going to die. I don't know which ones. I'm not ready to give any predictions. I feel like, all right, here's another potential hot take, or maybe it's just common sense. I don't know. Because they are like obviously our main stars, Jon and Khaleesi, Dany, I don't think both of them are going to make it out alive. I kind of feel like, if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't even want to say it out loud because I could be completely wrong, but if I had to choose one, and it's not choose that I want to see die, I want to make that clear also, but I feel like if one of those 2 characters has to die, I feel like it is going to be Jon. Before everything is said and done, like he's had so many run-ins with the Night King, maybe in regards to taking the Night King out, he dies in the process also. I just don't see Khaleesi dying. I really don't know how it's all going to play out. I don't see Arya dying. Like, I'll just be honest, like, try and go through these characters. Brienne could potentially die. Redbeard, I feel like he's definitely going to die. Who else do we got? Sansa. I don't think she's going to die. If she dies, I'll actually be really upset. I hope she doesn't die. I do feel like Jon is going to die, though. Davos, I feel like he's going to die. I could be completely wrong. Maybe everybody's going to survive, but maybe the reason why I bring this up now is because it could potentially all happen next episode. I could be wrong. Maybe no one dies in the final season, but this is the final season, guys. There's a prequel show coming. There's not a continuation. There's not a revival show. Maybe that is going to go down in the future. Maybe they can never go back. I don't know how it's going to end. Maybe they could never continue on for where the things actually left off. But we're definitely getting the prequel series, so definitely let me know also about that if you guys want to see me react to that, because once I actually wrap up with this entire series, Game of Thrones, I'm going to be doing another poll for you guys to choose what I actually watch next. I don't think I'm actually going to put that on that poll, though. I'm going to put basically all the big shows that have like multiple seasons. Once I wrap up with Better Call Saul, I may do Stranger Things 4, or if by the time Better Call Saul actually ends with that final season, and if House of the Dragon is actually out at that point, I may just jump right into that. So I don't know if I am going to be doing Stranger Things or House of the Dragon. I got to look at these release dates, see how everything's going to work, but these shows are going to be separate from the poll that I actually do when everything is said and done with this entire series. At least that's how I have it in my mind right now. Things could change, but I think that's my immediate future in regards to my reactions on YouTube and Patreon. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. I think I pretty much touched on all those emotional moments. I'm still like a little bit teary-eyed from it all. It hit me pretty hard this episode. I didn't see any tears actually fall. It wasn't as bad as the one scene last episode with the season premiere with Jon and Arya, them reuniting. But yeah, this whole episode, I feel like I was on the verge of tears. And it's because it was a setup episode, a great setup episode at that. I feel like, I don't know, there's like a negative connotation whenever I say setup episode. I feel like some people get upset, but no, I freaking love this episode. So I want to make that very clear in case anybody is doubting my love for this episode or my love for this series, my love for the show. I freaking loved it. So I can't wait for the next one. I really wish I could jump into the next one right here, right now, but I got to edit for my YouTube peoples. Otherwise, you guys won't be getting Game of Thrones Season 7 till Saturday. Game of Thrones Saturdays just don't have the same ring to it, so I know I'm pretty bad with it already. It's always pretty much always a Game of Thrones Friday, but you know me at this point. It's going to come either Game of Thrones Thursday or Game of Thrones Friday. I try my best for you guys. It's a lot of work editing those for you guys, but yeah, that's where I'm going to wrap things up. Like I said, I enjoyed this episode. I really did like it. I can't wait for the next one. There's going to be a lot of death. I can feel it in my heart, in my soul, my body. Maybe that's why I'm putting it off too. I'm kind of glad that I can't jump into the next episode because I don't want any of these characters to die. I am so attached to them all, and honestly, I'm really enjoying this final season so far. I feel like we're 2 for 2. 2 episodes in. I might have even enjoyed this one more than the premiere. Call me crazy. Call me whatever. If you call me anything too harsh, though, I will block you. So don't call me anything, but yeah, I'll accept crazy. With that said, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like and subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Till next time, I am out. Enjoy your day and your night. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't full enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit, well, I'm not the one to be yo-yo.